Well, namaste. Hello. It is Wednesday, 11:11 Rocky Mountain time. You may be in other areas of our world. Certainly let us know where you are coming from. We just saw that beautiful picture of the Ring of Fire solar eclipse. We're going to talk briefly about that. But let us know that you're joining us. Where are you joining us from? I see Miss Pat. For sure is on here. She is someone we care about. Thank you for joining us, Pat. I see a few other names, but it's covered by something, so I can't quite read it. But welcome. If this is your first time, Dana, do you have something to share so you can read it?
I'll read it to you if you want.
Sure. It's covered it. Maybe we could just remove that. Oh, that wasn't supposed to what I wanted to do.
Uh-oh, where'd you go?
Okay, here we go. All right.
Deb Shepherd, don't mess with the electronics.
I know, leave it alone. So we're hearing Nebraska, New Hampshire, Centennial right around the corner. Maine, wow. So yeah, some people are sharing, coming on. We haven't been here in a couple of weeks. We've had some stuff going on like the rest of the world, but if this is your first time, I am the Deb Shepherd. On the other little screen there is Dana Nieto Shepherd. It's my wife, and she manages all this. So she makes sure everything is taken care of because, like I just touched one button and this is what happened. But we're going to talk a little bit today about the Ring of Fire solar eclipse. And if you saw a picture, Dana may bring it back up. I probably will do some readings as well. We'll see how long this takes. But we want to welcome everybody. If this is your first time or if you've been here before. Oh, Breckenridge, love Breckenridge, and then Florida. So, the Queen Bee, that's Kathy. Hi, Miss Kathy. Someone we care about too. Oh, we care about everybody, but some people we know we've had a relationship with for a while. So
lots of students on this morning. So just shout out to all the solution students: Beth, Julie, Kat, Pat, everyone. Welcome.
Yes.
Kathy Jones, happy you're here. She's a new student solution.
Was it Julie Hutchinson?
Yes.
I was just texting her. Hey, Miss Julie, we're gonna break bread on Saturday. So I'm glad about seeing her. So if you were aware of this, there was something called the Ring of Fire solar eclipse. And what this means is this morning, Eastern time was 11:42, Colorado time, or the Rocky Mountain time was 9:42 this morning a.m. The moon moved in between the earth and the sun, and you would see a ring of fire. I don't know if Dana wants to post it back up here again, but pretty darn cool. If anyone has ever studied anything about astrology or how the universe works, there it is. Isn't that really cool? The power behind our solar system is pretty incredible. And so this is one of those rare things that we get to see maybe once a year or whatever when all these things align. Well, for me, last night, forgetting about, the Ring of Fire, because I was just busy, but the Ring of Fire solar eclipse, I was having these bizarre dreams. And when I woke up this morning and I realized it was the Ring of Fire, I was like, oh, that's why that dream was so powerful, and all the kind of metaphors that came into play. Really big thing. And what dreams we connect in our sleep state, we go into that realm, we can end up getting messages from the universe, and I was getting a big one. So there is a lot to go into. There's ancient belief systems, including modern interpretations, but they're very, very similar. And what I look at this as is a portal that brings in energy for us to have transformation. When we understand the symbolism of the moon, which is feminine energy, it's the shadow work or the shadow parts of who we are. And so many times we hide that shadow part, the things that we have shame on or the things that are hidden. In my program called Solutions, we work on the shadow work. We try to heal ourselves because by removing all of these old wounds or trauma or shame and guilt, it helps us realign our soul so we have a connection to the divine. So I truly believe that our purpose is to heal the suffering and heal these old things. So when you think about the moon is all that shadow work, right? The things that happen in the dark, the things that are at night. Well, that sun comes in and puts light on what we need to heal, what we need to look at, things that we're not seeing, things that are time to dig into and pull it apart and go, wait a minute, I need to make some change. So this is the big power behind what's going on. And like with any of these things, you've got some time. So if you weren't awake during that time, or you weren't looking outside, it doesn't mean that it isn't affecting you. What it means is you being affected. So if you're starting to see things showing up that you're like, wow, I didn't know that was going on. Things are being revealed to you. Things that you didn't know were there are going to be opening up. Dana must have something to share.
Nope, I was just joining. So that resonates
Yes.
so deeply today with.
It is it's just us seeing things that we did not see before. And so what happens when we're going through these evolutions or transformations or awareness, we have to look a little deeper. And there are probably things that I kind of look at is our blind spots, things that we weren't always truly seeing. And so we get to have those blind spots sort of awaken to us and go, oh, what am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with this information? And so in many cultures, the eclipse with spiritual awakening heightens also your intuition. And I am very intuitive, but like today I'm like, whoa. I had trouble sleeping. My body, I was, hurting. I was walking around. I was like in all these different spaces in my mind. So if that was you, know it's because your soul is awakening. You're looking for things and meanings that are hidden. You are in that place of the solar eclipse, this portal to give you data and information to say, hey, don't ignore this. So that is really good. And it's also a time for introspection and setting intentions. And I'm looking down at some notes because there's so much information regarding this. I really want to share it. For some ancient civilizations, they believed it was a message from the divine. And I truly believe that is like way out there coming in. And are you making space to be able to hear these messages? Because we're so busy, trying to get our to-do list done. So my recommendation for the next 48 hours at least, or 3 days, is really pay attention, slow it down, notice what's around you, whether it's a dream, whether people are saying things or things that are happening that are like, pay attention. It's also a time for personal growth and healing. And for me, we're always ongoing healing, but healing can also be a challenge because it means that we may need to shift our perspective, or we need to shift our energy, or we need to look a little deeper in things to heal our soul. And we're such a society that we take care of other people. We don't always take care of ourselves. And this is the basically one of the platforms of my program is to, how do you take care of you for your own healing? And that's what this moon and sun, this eclipse is doing. This fire is saying, I'm putting light on it. It's almost like taking these things in our shadow work, the things that we have either pushed down or we're not looking at, and the sun comes in and goes, you got to look a little deeper. So it's putting the light on those things. And sometimes we can be a little overwhelmed what we find and what we see. So that's where the personal growth and healing comes about. So the Mayans believed it was the gateway between the physical and spiritual worlds. Well, that's exactly it. What we're doing on an intuitive level is we're connecting with that divine energy. And so this is another portal that really opens up. And so you may have more emotion. You may have be more tired. You may start feeling things energetically that you're like, what is this all about? That's like plugging in. You're plugging into that divine. So the energy might be a little bit of a higher vibration. You may have electronic issues. Pay attention to being grounded. Really watch your surroundings. The ancient Chinese believed that the ring of fire was seen as a dragon's fiery breath, symbolizing great change and the need for balance. So many of us are really, truly not in balance. And how do we create that? And that's what I'm saying is this energy is coming in. If you are not in balance, you're going to really feel it. And it's that hidden agenda again, putting light on why aren't you creating balance? Where are you spending what we call e-coins? So your e-coin is your energy coins. Where are you spending it? So it's having you reflect, where are you spending your energy? And are you trying to force things to happen, or are you shifting things to bring in new energy that's better for you and releasing what no longer serves you? The Hindu tradition, I love this one, represents the sun's power to overcome darkness inspiring followers to conquer their own inner demons. Now, whether those inner demons are what we consider evil, whatever your spiritual or religious beliefs are, but mine is we all have those things within us that maybe we have anger for, or we haven't really healed or looked at it at a deeper level. This weekend, I taught a class called Soul's Contracts, and I truly believe we're here to heal our suffering. And sometimes we distract ourselves from our suffering. And when we have to look at it, it's really about healing it and not being afraid of those, what the Chinese or the Hindu call the inner demons. Those inner demons is just the confliction that we have, and that's where sometimes it's like we become out of balance and we keep seeing those patterns, and how can we change those patterns for our own healing? So this is so great. The time for transformation is what this believes. Let go of what no longer serves you. Set powerful intentions for the future. Embrace change and new opportunities. So when we look at, for Americans, January 1st is sort of what we do that for. But because the solar system is aligned right now, you have that chance to do this now. So if there are things in your life you're like, I keep putting energy in this and it's not working, why am I beating my head against the wall? So how do you change that? How do you shift and say, this no longer serves me, but I want to set an energy or a space to let new opportunities come in? And that's what this is about. I think, too, we get scared of change. Most people said, I want these things to happen, but we stay stuck because what's familiar makes us feel comfortable, but we're really not happy. So how do we then shift that energy? And this is all about, well, one thing Dana and I say all the time is community is medicine. And I think it's also, is your community supporting you? Is it aligned with what you believe? Do you feel like you're getting people that are not the imposters, but the people that are really there to help serve you at the highest good? So really looking into those pieces of it. And it's really about getting that clarity, the hidden truth. So this is what the fiery solar eclipse is all about, is getting clarity. And I know between my dream and everything else, I'm like, whoa, it's huge, in neon lights getting my attention. So also be in that gratitude that we feel blessed that we're getting that information to be able to do what we need to do to move forward in our life. So this is just so cool. I mean, you're in a place now for the next probably 48 hours, maybe a little bit longer, to really take this energy that is here on our planet and do something with it. Don't sit back and go, oh, what a great opportunity. Yeah, that sounds really good. Move into it. Okay? Yay.
That's what Allie was asking. Allie Callie is what the duration was. So the energy will be here for a couple of days, you're saying.
Yeah, I'm just getting that intuitively, because if we think about, full moon or how we feel, even though the moon is changing, we still feel its impact. Our planet feels the impact. The moon affects the oceans and all the water. So, that is affected for a couple of days. So I'm assuming that's what I'm getting intuitively. So,
well, that's what you're good at, Deb, is that you get paid for your intuition, right?
Yeah. Well, Allie says that, for 4 days, I'm just kind of getting,
40
I'm kind of getting like, use it now. Don't sit around on your thumbs and going, oh my goodness. So yeah, just do it. Start
intentions, really focus on using this energy, right?
So I think, me getting the 48 hours is just for us not to sit there and waste time. Oh, I've got a week. No, get on it. And I had kind of forgotten about the Ring of Fire solar eclipse that we're going to be talking about today, because we've been talking about this week, but got distracted, right? So with the dreams I had last night and being up almost every hour and feeling like, oh yeah, this makes so much more sense. So if this is what's going on for you, then really understand that, you're tapping into that great portal that this fire eclipse is giving us. Woo woo. Yeah.
Woo woo.
Woo woo. That's my excitement.
This is all woo woo.
This is all woo woo. Yeah. So we probably will do a couple of readings. What did you say, Dana? I'm sorry.
And science at the same time.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a lot of people typing in for readings, which is amazing. So, and thanking you for your explanation on the Ring of Fire.
Yeah, and for those of you that are asking about your loved ones, this, I know you're posting in, maybe you're not listening to everything I say because you want to get a reading. I get it. But take this time to tune into your loved ones. Get a journal, write some things down, look for signs. This is a portal for them too, and a portal for you. So, listen, pay attention. We always say, listen to understand, don't listen to respond. And this is part of it. We get into this anxiousness, the scarcity, and that scarcity kinks the ability to really hear from your loved ones and your guides.
Yeah. So what Deb asked for, and you can certainly share this too, Deb, but what Deb asked for when she's going to do a reading, we randomly choose from everyone who's on the feed here. And we will answer questions as well. So if you have intuitive questions, type them in. But Deb asks for you to enter in the first name of your loved one who you want to connect with and what their relationship is to you. And if it's intuitive reading, just type in a quick snippet of what your question is, and we'll get to some of those too. But first name of your loved one, how they were connected, and if it's your children's generation, so child's generation, what their age was when they crossed. That's what you need, right, Deb?
Mm-hmm. That's helpful. And remember, this is just a 2 minutes little reading, and so it's real quick. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we love that you can validate if you can, and others can come through as well. So know that if your loved one comes through and they bring in someone you didn't expect or an animal, that's just part of the validation process too.
And also, do you want to share how you get messages, Deb, for those who are new?
Yeah, so a lot of people say they have these certain clairs, and I just say I use all my energy, all my
senses.
Yeah, all my senses to feel. And depending on your loved one or your guides, how they come through is based on they use those senses in order for me to interpret what they're trying to say to you. Now, if you have a private session, which I highly recommend because it's a great healing, is to know that I don't ask you who you want to hear from. I just do a reading.
So you see, hear, taste, smell, you feel things throughout your body, all of the above, right?
Yeah, I smell things that don't smell good,
Like menudo?
Menudo, yeah, I get menudo, I'm like, oh, I taste menudo, yeah.
Okay, so I'll just randomly choose a couple people. Here we have Karen Wagner, who wants to connect with her daughter, Alexis. I don't know her age. She entered in the date. I don't know if that's when she was born. Karen, enter that in, please. Oh, she was 15. Here it is down below.
Okay.
So when you enter something in one area and then you enter in the rest in another area, I'm not always going to catch it, just so you know.
First of all, Karen, I'm sorry about your daughter. What's your daughter's name?
Alexis.
Okay. The first thing I get is a little bit unexpected, but I don't feel like she's really sick, but I feel like there's something with my head or there's something going on with this. I feel like Alexis is this bright light. I feel like she's just this shiny, not a shiny penny, but just a shiny, cheerleading kind of person. She would have your back anytime. She's also telling me that she's there with an older female, and this would be like a grandmother energy. So either Karen, your mother, or your mother-in-law, or someone in that generation coming through. And I'm seeing, I have a little white dog. I'm seeing this little white dog, and this could be from your generation, I mean, when you were growing up, or that Alexis had. But Alexis has this beautiful smile on her face, and she's telling me that someone got a tattoo in honor of her. And I don't feel like Alexis has been gone very long, so this might be less than a couple of years. But obviously have broken a lot of hearts, meaning, way too young. But I just feel like this person, I keep getting, we were concerned, but not overly concerned, but we're trying to pay attention to what's happening to her, but not expecting her to die. So this doesn't, I'm just kind of getting that. So whether it's seizures or depression or something that was going on with her mind or head or this part of her body. So Karen, if that makes any sense, please feel free to share.
Yeah, please type in validation. That'll help us. Because if you can remember, it's like a party going on in Deb's head right now.
Yeah, since Julie's on, I was like, am I getting Chelsea that just had a birthday? So I was like, I'm a little confused there. I was getting a little bit of that energy. So I don't know if it's attached to Julie's daughter, Chelsea, died of SUDEP, which is sudden unexpected death of epilepsy. So I was feeling Chelsea. So hi, Julie, that she's here. So I was a little bit trying to figure all of this out.
We have April on YouTube. She wants to connect with her mother, Sharon.
Okay. April, I'm cracking up. Your mom is just, I'm going to use the word bossy. I don't know if that's the right word. So this is a person that wants to be in charge, wants to be taking care of things. I want to tell you how you should be doing things. So there's a little bit of humor coming through, like she's pushing her way through. Like Dana probably picked you because Sharon was pushing the way. The other thing I get with her is I feel like there was a lot going on before she passed. I don't know if she was too young to pass. So I feel like there's a piece of that, but I also feel that she held on for a long time. But I also feel that, you know, it was time. Like you guys were saying, it's okay to go. It's okay to go. And so she's sort of laughing that people are telling this to her. She's like, I'm going to go when I'm ready to go. So that kind of personality, she feels that she was very much taken care of and honored because whether that there was really a tough time of making some hard decisions, she's given you a thumbs up that the choices that had to be made around her care, she's like, hey, I may have given you a hard time, but now I understand it. So don't carry that guilt. You guys did what you needed to do. Because I keep seeing her pushing what she wanted versus what you guys needed to do or what the family or the medical community had to do. So I think all of those things, kind of come together. But she's okay. I can't tell if your dad died before her or if it's your father, but I feel like there's another male with her, but it could be a brother or it could be brother-in-law, but she says there's a male with her, but I'm not defining whether that's your father or whether it's a male in that generation that's with her too.
Right. So Deb Shepard, I have to just tell you that you're really freaking good.
Why?
Karen said she did pass from SUDEP on Alexis, that you are
wow. Okay, I got chills because she kept saying to me, Chelsea. God, I was like, is it because Julie's here? What? So that is.
She was also a cheerleader.
Okay.
And so, wow. And just so sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. And I'm so sorry. I always say losing a child, we're not designed for that. And that just breaks our heart. So.
And April said, absolutely. That's her.
Yeah, I mean, I love her, but at the same time, I love her. She's not my mother, but I love her. But at the same time, it's like, can you just let us take care of you? Just let it go. And she's talking about smoking. So I don't know if your mom smoked early on or that someone's smoking, but she's talking about, but that, so it's kind of funny. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Did you have one more?
Sure. Okay. April Kelly. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just read what she said. Her brother died before her, and that may be him.
Okay, because I couldn't tell. I knew it wasn't a father, but I kept feeling this energy that someone was with her that's male. So obviously your mom had a hard time. Losing a child, that's not how we're designed.
Yeah.
Which means you lost a brother, or a stepbrother or something like that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So just thank you everybody for joining.
Yeah.
Use the power of the energy of the solar eclipse, right?
Yeah. Open up. You'll hear your loved ones. Pay attention. They're going to want to connect. So use this vibe right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thanks everybody. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.